What's up, YouTube? I'm Robert, and you're watching the B1KER Bar Podcast. So you started at Ibis a long time ago. They were a fairly new company when you started working there, right?
Yeah, so I've got a video coming out in a little bit more about Ibis and their history, but they kind of came out of nowhere in 2005. They'd fizzled out in 01, like really 2000 when Scott Nichols sold them. It's kind of sort of the end of the original Ibis. And then Hans had the buy. He was the president of Santa Cruz Bikes, and then Novak and Roscott bought him out, and he had a no-compete. So he had that buyout money, and he waited for the no-compete to be up, and then he bought the Ibis trade name. And then he contacted Scott Nichols and got Scott involved, and they finally had their ducks in a row to show off the Mojo Carbon in late 2005 at Interbike, which is normally September in Las Vegas. So they were like, that's 2005, and then I got involved in 2008, so 3 years later, which is kind of a while, 3 years.
Yeah, but you're still on the front end then.
Yeah, roughly, yeah. I was at the Scotts Valley location at first. I had to move to Santa Cruz. I was in the warehouse for a couple of years and then got promoted up to sales and did sales for a long time. And that was an awesome opportunity. That was really cool.
What do you think that taught you about the bike industry? Because before that, you were just a guy that was racing bikes, right?
Yeah, well, I worked at Lesign for quite a while doing like a little bit of web stuff. And like I told them going in, like, look, guys, I'm not a web designer. I just know how to send emails.
They're like, okay, you're our IT guy.
I did a little bit. I did what I could and tried. But, you know, what's funny is like I was CC'd on a few sales emails, and then at WTB. WTB shared a lot of contact info with distributors with Lesign back in the day. And then it was a lot of the same people 10 years later, still with all these international distributions. But I started to learn things at Lesign and see how things kind of worked. And Lesign was way more like drop ship out of Taiwan. Lesign has Taiwan warehouses and stuff that they'll ship to customers directly from. Ibis is more of a traditional old school business model where they're like importing into the US and then sending out to the rest of the world again. So it was just a different perspective. But you know, the bike shop life kind of teaches you the most, to be honest. And then I obviously learned how small the industry is, how cash strapped it is. I mean, so many bike shops are just so tight on money and credit and all that. And yeah, that was interesting to see. And then WTB was like, I kind of learned about the bike shop supplier dynamic at Ibis. And then at WTB is learning more about like the manufacturer to the brand / supplier to the distributor dynamic, which is cool. So they're super different.
If you like that, make sure you check out the full episode. And hey, do me a favor, before you take off, hit the like and subscribe. Be sure to check out our show sponsors, Cali Protectives, and click on the link and show more to use the discount code and save 15%.